What if I told you that the most anticipated entry-level mirrorless camera of 2025 doesn't officially exist yet, but has photographers worldwide refreshing rumor sites daily? Welcome back to Alt Buzz, where we dive deep into the tech that matters. Today we're exploring the Fujifilm X-T30 III, a camera that's generating massive buzz despite being completely unannounced. We'll uncover why this rumored successor to the X-T30 II has the photography community so excited, examine the leaked specs that could revolutionize affordable creative shooting, and reveal why October 2025 might mark a turning point for entry-level mirrorless cameras. If you're passionate about photography tech and want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now, because what we're about to discuss could completely reshape the budget camera landscape. The X-T30 series has always been Fujifilm's gateway drug into their ecosystem, the camera that converts smartphone photographers and entry-level shooters into lifelong Fuji devotees. Since the original X-T30 launched, this line has consistently delivered something unique in the crowded APS-C market: professional-grade image quality and Fujifilm's legendary film simulations in a body that fits in your coat pocket. The X-T30 II continued this tradition, but started showing its age with an older processor that couldn't keep pace with modern autofocus demands. Now, as we approach October 2025, leaked information suggests the X-T30 III isn't just an incremental upgrade, but a complete reimagining of what an entry-level camera can be. According to reliable sources like Fujirumors, who have an 80% accuracy rate on past predictions, this camera could democratize features that were exclusive to $1,000-plus models just months ago. Let's talk about what you'll actually hold in your hands, because design matters when you're carrying a camera every day. The rumored dimensions of approximately 118 by 83 by 47 millimeters mean this camera maintains the compact philosophy that made its predecessors so popular. At around 378 grams with battery, it's light enough for all-day street photography without fatigue. But here's where things get interesting. Fujifilm appears to be sticking with their signature retro aesthetic, complete with physical dials for shutter speed and exposure compensation. This isn't just about looks, it's about creating a tactile shooting experience that smartphone converts crave. The magnesium alloy chassis wrapped in that distinctive faux leather grip isn't trying to compete with the weather-sealed tanks from Sony or Canon. Instead, Fujifilm is betting that photographers want something that feels special in their hands, something that makes the act of taking photos feel intentional and creative. The lack of full weather sealing might disappoint outdoor adventurers, but for urban explorers and casual shooters, who make up this camera's core audience, the trade-off for compactness makes perfect sense. Now we reach the heart of what makes this rumored camera so compelling: its performance potential. If the leaks prove accurate, we're looking at a 26-megapixel X-Trans sensor powered by the X Processor 5, the same brain found in Fujifilm's flagship models. This isn't just about numbers, it's about bringing computational photography advances to the entry level. The processor enables AI-powered autofocus that can track subjects with uncanny accuracy, making it easier for beginners to nail focus on moving subjects. But here's the game changer. Rumors strongly suggest in-body image stabilization, or IBIS, is finally coming to the X-T30 line. This means sharper handheld shots in low light, smoother video footage, and the ability to use older manual lenses without a tripod. The continuous shooting capabilities are equally impressive, with mechanical shutter speeds up to 8 frames per second and electronic bursts hitting 40 frames per second. For context, that's faster than many professional cameras from just a few years ago. Video creators aren't forgotten either, with rumored 4K recording at 60 frames per second and 6K oversampling at 30 FPS. The inclusion of F-Log2 with 14 stops of dynamic range transforms this entry-level body into a legitimate hybrid shooter. Add in those 18-plus film simulations that Fujifilm is famous for, including classic chrome and across, and you have a camera that produces stunning JPEGs straight out of camera, perfect for photographers who want to spend less time editing and more time shooting. Understanding who this camera serves is crucial to appreciating its potential impact. The X-T30 Mark III targets a specific sweet spot: creative individuals upgrading from smartphones or basic compacts who want more control without the complexity of professional gear. Street photographers will love the discreet size and quick operation. Travel enthusiasts can pack it without sacrificing luggage space. Content creators get a capable video tool that doesn't break the bank. But perhaps most importantly, this camera speaks to JPEG shooters who value Fujifilm's film simulations, photographers who want their images to have character straight from the camera. It's not trying to compete with the X-T5 for professional work or the X-H2S for serious video production. Instead, it's carving out its own niche as the affordable entry point to Fujifilm's creative ecosystem. The rumored price point of $899 to $999 for the body alone positions this camera strategically in the current market. When you consider that Sony's A6700 costs $1,400 and lacks Fujifilm's film simulations, the value proposition becomes clear. The Canon R50 might be cheaper at $679, but it lacks the burst speed and creative features. The Nikon Z52 at $897 is the closest competitor, but even it can't match the rumored video specs and film simulation variety. Fujifilm isn't trying to win on pure specs. They're betting that photographers value the shooting experience and creative tools over raw performance metrics. In 2025's booming APS-C market, where manufacturers are finally taking crop sensors seriously again, this pricing strategy could capture photographers who've been waiting for the right balance of features and affordability. Let's be honest about what excites us and what concerns us based on these rumors. The strengths are compelling. Bringing the X Processor 5 and IBIS to this price point would be revolutionary. The film simulations remain unmatched in the industry for JPEG quality. The physical controls offer an engaging shooting experience that touchscreen-only interfaces can't replicate. The compact form factor with serious performance specs creates a unique product that doesn't really exist elsewhere. However, the limitations are worth noting. The single SD card slot might frustrate users who value backup security. The lack of weather sealing could be problematic for outdoor enthusiasts. The rumored 30-minute recording limit at 4K 60 frames per second might disappoint serious videographers. And if buffer limitations from previous models aren't addressed, action photographers might find themselves waiting for files to clear during critical moments. As we wrap up this deep dive into the Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III, one thing becomes crystal clear. If these rumors materialize in October 2025, we're looking at a camera that could fundamentally shift the entry-level mirrorless landscape. This isn't just another incremental update. It's potentially the democratization of creative photography tools that were previously reserved for much more expensive cameras. The combination of Fujifilm's renowned color science, modern processing power, and stabilization technology in a sub-$1,000 package represents something special in today's market. Whether you're a street photographer seeking the perfect everyday carry, a content creator building your first serious camera kit, or simply someone who wants their photos to look stunning without hours of editing, the X-T30 Mark III might be the gateway to a more creative photographic journey. The real question isn't whether this camera will be good. It's whether Fujifilm can actually deliver all these rumored features at this price point. If you're as excited as we are about this potential game changer, make sure you're subscribed to Alt Buzz so you don't miss our coverage when this camera officially drops. And if you found value in today's analysis, consider supporting the channel through Super Thanks or giving us some love with YouTube's new hype feature. Your support helps us continue bringing you the tech insights that matter. Until next time, keep creating, keep exploring, and remember that the best camera is always the one that inspires you to shoot more.